For the past 2 years, the internet has been fighting an invisible holy war. In a turn of geopolitical events that no one saw coming, YouTube's best and brightest flung themselves into a centuries-long battle that most of them were absolutely not equipped to handle. To truly understand why a woman forever relitigating her own relevance through her spouse and shitty political takes, Anisa Jomha,
that there's a lot of adults that have adult bodies but don't have adult brains. Fuck Biden.
could become entangled in commentary from YouTube vulture who circles drama long after the body's gone cold.
I blow loud raspberries with my lips and tongue, or I stomp my feet with my heeled mini school boots on, or I bounce upon my school chair, hair all bouncing too.
We need to go back in time. It's the morning of June 15th, 1993, and the forecast in Edmonton, Alberta urged its citizens to stay home during a blinding blizzard, but that didn't stop Anisa Jomha from being born. Anisa floated down through a beam of light into the arms of her future Twitch moderator, Maureen Jomha. Anisa, like me, is half Irish and half Lebanese, except she's actually only 8% Arab and 25% Italian, and very quickly I just want to say that I know it's common for people of Lebanese ancestry to have Italians show up on DNA tests. Identity is complicated, okay? And I get that because I'm half everything. From a young age, Anisa started to hear voices telling her that she would marry a man with great power and who she would convince to one day tell a white blonde woman, not a Jewish individual,
again, white blonde woman, not a Jewish individual, but
to say the N-word. Yes, that actually happened. She did actually encourage him to say the N-word at a meet and greet with Tana Mangu, Mojo. People say so many different things. I think it's Tana Mojo.
I also take ownership for the Tana. The Tana thing was my.
Oh, that was so long ago.
Was my idea. Was my stupid idea.
Yeah.
I was the one that
suggested, like, we can go to the place. It's just in San Francisco. I'm like, it is just in San Francisco.
Yeah, that drive and everything. And now I think back to it, I'm like, I can't believe we literally harassed an 18-year-old child at her show. It's like kind of.
That's I guess when you put it that way.
It doesn't sound like
horrendous.
Yeah.
It's horrendous. It's probably like my most embarrassing. Like it is. It's fucking embarrassing. But I mean, it was things that a lot of people loved. I mean.
Yeah. I mean.
And listen, we all make mistakes. We're peace and love here and forgiveness on this channel. We love a redemption arc. We really do. So let's continue with this parable. As Anisa grew older, the voices continued. They said, one day you'll have an opportunity to dispel harmful Holocaust misinformation, to which Anisa decided to do the opposite.
As terrible as the Holocaust was, obviously it was horrendous, and how disgusting the doctor was that did the experiments on people. It was gay people, handicaps, twins, and obviously they were obviously Jewish, or they did it on Jewish people. They found a couple of really groundbreaking discoveries through that experimentation. I took history classes, so I was like, okay, I feel like I'm like equipped to like talk about these things. Somebody asked like something about the Holocaust and like whether or not there was like good that came out of it or whatever. And I prefaced it very heavily. I was like, the things that happened during the Holocaust were horrific. The experiments that happened were horrific. And then this was like the big mistake was like, but there were things that came out of it that like, which I've found out now is complete propaganda. Nothing good came out of those experiments. They didn't actually find anything.
Right.
And I was like, some people would say that.
Yeah.
I said some
That's
people.
true.
when I say deemed, it's others have deemed. I'm saying others have deemed so.
You did. I
would
do
say
remember that.
because I don't agree with it.
Right.
I was just trying to play the ethical.
You're
like,
playing that game.
Yeah,
which,
of like
yeah,
this
a lot
is
of
conversation that some people have had,
I'm saying others have deemed so.
and I've heard this exact conversation in my university setting. So I was like, oh, I'll just present this because it is. I've heard it said before, and it is sounds smart.
In the Christian Bible, Jesus says we should forgive our neighbor approximately 70 times 7 times, which according to my calculation is 490. So we have at least 487 more times, we can forgive her. A user on Reddit writes in response to this clip, she acknowledged it's a bad statement to say, but doesn't go on to say, it should have never come out of my mouth, I'm very sorry. But just gives a bunch of excuses for why she said it, as if it's her college professor's fault that she decided to even answer that question. Another user writes, so funny, she has gone through this herself, but can't give a little bit of grace and understanding to her friend of many years, Ethan, who was expressing his fear of rising anti-Semitism. Isn't Anisa the same kind of person who would want white people to listen to the voices affected by racism? Doesn't she defend having hairy arms because she's half Lebanese, when in reality, she's 8% Arab and 25% Italian and half Irish? That was a joke. Okay, that was humor. That was me being humorous, okay? Buckle up, besties, because here comes a tangent. I was browsing my YouTube feed the other day when I came across a YouTuber I used to watch on a semi-regular basis by the name of DeAngelo Wallace. You may or may not know him for his bangers like Charlie and the Hot Take Factory, which is a banger title, Wrong About iDubbbz, which aged like fine wine.
And go in that direction where you're happier without ever really needing to come forward and really lecture on why.
So right off the bat, Charlie's coming in and disagreeing with Ian's personal feelings about how he was running his channel and living his life, I guess. But even at that doesn't really make any sense, right? Like, what Charlie is describing is definitely logical, but I would say it applies more so to a change in content than a change in values. Even I've changed my content multiple times over the years, and no, I don't think that ever needed an explanation or anything like that. But Ian didn't go from like a car review channel to a movie review channel. The change he made is that he no longer wants to promote the normalization of racist and bigoted content.
Anyways, this video uploaded to his second channel really got me going. It's called Commentary Viewers Have Gotten Really Dumb, and it's basically him coming out and saying that a video he made about Starbucks got him cancelled because he didn't talk about Palestine.
In retrospect, that wasn't a good idea. I had to make an update video in which I said, I obviously don't support genocide, ethnic cleansing. I'm not secretly a Zionist. I'm not doing deep cover work for Starbucks. I just thought it would actually, I thought what would come across badly is if I was like, oh, and also people are boycotting because of this really, really serious issue. But that's just like a talking point in a video where I'm making all these jokes and dunking on all these fast food companies.
Which sounds vaguely familiar.
Israel is 100% committing a genocide, and I feel so deeply ashamed of myself and disappointed that my video could have been interpreted in any other way.
Now, let's see what DeAngelo has to say about his cancellation.
I only spent 2 minutes talking about this online, but I thought about it every single minute of what felt like every single minute of every single day for over a year. Dealt with just feeling very traumatized from the reaction to the video I posted, because for a split second I almost believed it. I think that's a really scary thing that people don't talk about online, is if you have hundreds of people saying something, you almost start believing like, oh, I guess I am a terrible person.
DeAngelo speaks openly on what it felt like to be canceled for not mentioning Gaza. Both of these content creators felt pressured to make responses to hordes of people bombarding them about an issue on the other side of the world, which I think is
I don't know. Maybe it's interesting.
And why, you might ask, did these people not just move on with their lives normally? Why did DeAngelo feel the need to take an entire year off of making his massively successful content? Because the answer to everything is slop, and they don't make slop, and slop is love. The plight of the Palestinians is truly heartbreaking, but why is there so much emphasis on this one particular issue on the other side of the planet when there are a cajillion other human rights issues and emergencies going on right now? The reason has nothing to do with ethics and 100% to do with virtue signaling and purity testing. And in my opinion, people are just starting to figure that out. Yes, Palestine is an important thing to talk about if you find it important, okay? But you do not deserve to spend an entire year in agony because you forgot to mention a Starbucks boycott. Listen, I could go on and on and on about the beginning of Anisa's husband's career making edgy YouTube content and the history of it, but there's a plethora of more educational and humorous content out there talking about this, and I will include some of those people in my description if you want to check them out. If one thing in history is clear, is that it has never been popular to stand with the Jewish people. And Anisa Jomha has showed up time and time again to prove that is still the case. Take this tweet, referring to Ethan Klein. This shows her belief that Jewish people and Israelis are inbred, which is a well-established anti-Semitic trope. Is insulting a Jewish person by calling him inbred somehow standing up for the Palestinian people? Was she standing up for Jewish people when she claimed the Holocaust was actually a profound thing for science? Was Anisa standing up for Iranians when she mocked an Iranian man for lamenting about his lack of freedom in Iran on a trip to America?
People singing and dancing like on the street, it just feels weird because if you do that in Iran, like they can arrest you. Did you know that?
Like, why are you presenting it like it feels like he's fucking paid to do propaganda for
the US.
Yeah. But in Iran, you would be arrested on the spot for having any sort of joy.
If you were ever feeling joy, they would arrest you in Tehran, Iran.
How exactly is this woman a leftist? In other words, Anisa is either truly a racist deep down, and we can't really look past that, or she's someone who engages in quote-unquote petty or small-scale swindling, a grifter. So let's get to the classroom. Exhibit A. Anisa lies about being in corn with Mia Khalifa.
She's such a pathological liar. Up until like a couple months ago, she had always told us one of the reasons that she told me that people hate on Ian was because she had done a porn with Mia Khalifa in a hijab. So
Exhibit B. Anisa was reportedly going to get a 34% profit share from Creator Clash, which previously failed to raise money for charity. Exhibit C. Anisa has publicly suggested that she'll boycott Starbucks and McDonald's because they are linked to Israel, while at the same time having an active OnlyFans account. OnlyFans famously pledged $11 million to the Israeli lobby. Exhibit D. Anisa once said, "This isn't the Middle East," responding to people calling her a titty streamer, insinuating that Middle Eastern countries restrict the rights of women. In Iran, for example, covering your head is legally mandatory for all women in public, which has been enforced by law since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. And recently, Anisa and her husband Ian recorded themselves laughing at an Iranian man on reality TV who spoke about the Iranian regime and its insane control over their citizens.
Like, why are you presenting it like it feels like he's fucking paid to do propaganda for
the US.
Yeah.
And then he looks the other camera and he goes, "Thank you, Donald."
Didn't Donald Trump start like what was basically a ban on Muslim immigration in his first term? Why would Donald Trump want to promote this idea of a man from a prominently Muslim country immigrating to America on a green card? Also, as I mentioned in my last video, I'm not the smartest person ever. Okay, I'm regular, but you know who's smart? Lonerbox. And so let's see what Lonerbox has to say about this whole Tehran, Iran thing.
You can't have your dog
on a leash?
even on a leash.
But where are you supposed to keep it?
I don't know, at home?
Okay, so you don't know.
Everything has changed.
Wait, what?
No shot, that's true? None of this is true? That's what's so annoying about it.
Tehran 2019 bans dog walking in public places. Driving with a dog in your car was also banned. It's been contentious since the 1979 revolution. Owners have sometimes had their dogs confiscated. Ministry of Culture and Islamic Guidance banned the media from publishing any advertisements for pets or pet-related products back in 2010. And there was a push in Parliament 5 years ago to fine and even flog dog walkers. You know that, like, Iran literally tried to fucking murder a journalist in the United States.
So here's my hypothesis. Anisa saw how much money Hassan was making and wanted a piece of the pie, so she took on his grift. She also may have seen how boring her content actually was and panicked by adopting a political shtick. Or maybe she's just a piece of shit. Purity testing is the easiest grift on the internet because it doesn't require knowledge or action or consistency. It just requires a target. And Anisa has enacted this to every extent. I said anti-Semitic things about the Holocaust. Oh, that was my professor. The standard is never be decent. The standard is always be on the correct team. And if you're on the correct team, you can get away with saying things that would end anyone else's career.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it, I'm saying it.
So if you're wondering why this discourse feels so brain rotten, that's why. It is brain rotten. It's not advocacy, it's content, and it's moral theater with ad revenue. I just wanted to say thank you to all of my new channel members. That is insane. And the folks who sent me some donations on Ko-Fi. It really does make a difference, and it really will hopefully allow me in the future to make more of this kind of content. And yeah, I'm a one-woman show. I do all the editing, I do all the writing, I do all the quote-unquote research, but don't hold me to my research, please. Anyways, you can become a member, please, or you can donate to me on Ko-Fi, or you can just like and subscribe because it helps. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, here is some of Papa Gut reacting to my video. Bitch, I'm Irish. I grant my wish. I don't let the English touch my shit. Bitch, I'm Irish.
This is wow. This is literally the only reason we're watching this video. You ready? That's it. This is absolute slop from Princess Mantis about Cruel World Happy Mind. Good video, Princess Mantis. Straight stance, green crown, looking clean. Every bug in the brush knows I'm the supreme. So let the beetles boast, let the flies go roam, let the hornets act tough. I run this by, I'm on the leaf in the grass. I'm the queen they esteem. Bow down, little bugs, the mantis reign supreme.